me, it's kind of ironic. The chief that was out there, and everybody knows this illustrious chief that was out there being a reckless, reckless about it, almost like a cowboy on a rodeo, talking about vehicle pursuits, how it's a crime-fighting tactic, and no one's going to get away from the NYPD anymore. Forget about the whole procedure behind it, the safety and the risk and the hazards associated with vehicle pursuits. We're not going to have it, and we're not letting people get away no more. And then all of a sudden, completely, that's the same chief that authorized a new procedure, Chief John Chell.
And then with the enforcement of more moving summonses and car stops, and people thinking they can take off on us, those days are over. So, yes, vehicle pursuits are up. We have better monitoring from our supervisors. I'll say it again, the days of driving around this city lawless, doing what you think you're going to do, it's over.
So here we go. This is also remains the same. You ready? Department policy requires that a vehicle pursuit be terminated whenever the risk to the uniformed members of the service and the public outweigh the danger to the community if the suspect is not immediately apprehended. Termination of the pursuit in totality can be initiated by the primary authorized emergency vehicle or a supervisor. Uniformed member of the service will not be subject to criticism and/or disciplinary action for self-termination of a pursuit if, based on judgment, the pursuit cannot be continued safely. So that is a huge change. So can be terminated by the primary authorized emergency vehicle, meaning you're the cop. You could say, I'm terminating the pursuit. You could do that. You couldn't have done that before. Now you could say, I'm terminating the pursuit. Obviously, you could have pulled off and said, all right, we're slowing down, but you couldn't have terminated. Now the primary authorized emergency vehicle or a supervisor. And then they add into the policy that the uniformed member of subject will not be subject of criticism or disciplinary action for self-termination of a pursuit if, based on the judgment, the pursuit cannot be continued safely. Now, that's a key line, because what was happening was the now Chief of Department, John Chell, as the Chief of Patrol, John Chell, was belittling supervisors who were terminating pursuits because the risks to the uniformed members of service and the public were outweighed. The danger to them was outweighed by continuing this pursuit, but he wanted the pursuit regardless. He didn't care. He wanted these pursuits. He wanted pit maneuvers. He wanted people crashing. He didn't care the cost. We're cops. We're not letting this happen anymore, said John Chell, the cowboy. And
then with the enforcement of more moving summonses and car stops, and people thinking they can take off on us, those days are over. I'll say it again, the days of driving around this city lawless, doing what you think you're going to do, it's over.
The Chief of Department, John Chell, he's totally different. Now, don't worry about it. Nobody will ever criticize you. If someone criticizes you, tell me, I'll handle them.